Hi, my name is Jamie Vollmer. I've been invited into Christian County today to spend some time with teachers and staff members from the school system. We just did the Teacher and Staff Appreciation Awards. I want to tell you, they were moving experiences. Now, I say that, I'm not an expert in a lot of things, but I do know something about relationships between schools and communities. And those kind of events where the school and the business community come together, nothing could be more important for the future of this county. I got involved in this in a funny way. I was running a small manufacturing company in my adopted state of Iowa. We made ice cream. We made what we thought was really good ice cream. And in fact, People magazine picked us as the best ice cream in America in 1984, June. You can look it up. The only reason that's important is that, like many people who will watch this, I'm not an educator. I got into this because I was asked by an educator, the Secretary of Education in the state, to join in a business and education partnership, and it absolutely changed my life. I have to admit, it didn't change my life right away. When I entered the arena, I had certain attitudes that, I don't know, maybe some of you have. I had this idea that we had to run schools more like a business, that the people who were inside the system were the problem, and if we just did it like we do it, everything would be okay. The fact of the matter is, I was a complete and total double threat. Ignorant and arrogant. I had no idea how the system actually ran, but I was sure I knew what needed to be done. A lot of time has passed since those days. I got more and more involved, first with chambers of commerce in my community and then across the state of Iowa. I got more and more involved in actually going into schools. And what became clear in a very short period of time is something very amazing has happened in America. It's always been true that we wanted to educate every child to high levels. We always say that. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you that someplace in literature of the state of Kentucky, 10, 15, 50, 100 years ago, the importance of education is mentioned. The truth is, we didn't need everybody. We needed a small handful of kids to do well in school. When I graduated from high school in '67, what you needed in business was a small handful of thinkers and a big slug of doers who would do exactly what they were told and nothing more or less. That was the way the entire economy was set up. What I soon learned after joining the business partnership in Iowa is things have dramatically changed. Now it turns out that almost everybody has to think for a living. And what business leaders need is to develop the human capital that exists in their county. It's one of those things you're not going to outsource. You have a finite pool of kids. And that's where your future leaders and employees are going to come from. So I have made the case that there's a natural partnership between schools and the business community. And in building that partnership, it's a complete and total win-win. I absolutely understand that business leaders can be frustrated. It looks like the pace of change inside our schools is glacial. My advice to you is spend some time in a school. Sit through a board meeting. Go and see, not as some VIP walking around with your hands in your pocket looking at what kids are doing. Get in there and do the work for a day. If you survive, your life will be changed. Because the fact is, our teachers, administrators, the support staff, they're working harder now than they've ever worked before. And yet, shifting to a school system that doesn't unfold a small handful of thinkers, but all of them, is an unprecedented challenge, and they're going to need your help. So the bottom line, what we like to talk about so much in the business field, the bottom line is I encourage all of you in the Hopkinsville, Christian County business community, become more involved. Join the partnership. Absolutely what you will see are benefits, bottom line benefits to you. Maybe not overnight, although it's personally transforming, but down the road as the school system restructures itself to unfold the full potential of every child.